Leo und Head, Konstruktion in der Haus in Fata Morgana, Requiem für Innocence Let's Play und heute in der 13. Folge. Letztes Mal, Morgana hatte so ihren Crashout, also alle so ihre Gefühle, die sie zurück hatte, sind so rausgegangen gegen halt Jaren, Digga.
Das war richtig. Oh, der Sound gerade.
Und let's go, Freunde.
Soundtrack.
Jetzt gehen sie zu JACOPOs Haus, damit Morgana das weiß.
Aber, also ich dachte, das habe ich zuerst so gesehen, vielleicht ist es doch nicht, aber für mich sah das so aus, als wären hier Tränen, aber...
Sun's coming up. Look at that, pretty impressive, huh? The sun's light even reaches this deep, dark corner of the world. I mean, of course it does, but I don't know, for some reason it seems particularly bright today. Hey Morgana, can I ask how you ended up here? What happened? Did you get in a fight with Jaren?
Something like that.
Huh, well, there's something you don't see every day. But I guess whenever you have more than one person in the same place, problems are going to arise eventually. Jaren can be a bit, well, excessively frank, but I'm sure she didn't mean to hurt you, whatever she said.
No, it wasn't her. I lashed out at her, unprovoked.
Now that I have difficulty imagining. You always seem to be in control of your emotions. Actually, no. I was just reminded of this too. But as mature as you may seem, you're still
Mature.
only 11.
Mature.
There's nothing unusual about that, and it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Stop thinking of me like I'm a normal girl.
You are, no matter what you say. At least you are to me. You're allowed to yell at someone if you're upset with them. You're allowed to get in a fight if you're having a bad day. You're allowed to cry, you're allowed to feel whatever you feel. You don't have to hold it in.
Those are all things mere people do.
And like I just said, you are a regular person. You're not different from me or Maria or Jaren or anyone else.
Any other day, I would argue the point further. Calling me normal is akin to denying me my very identity. But right now, the world feels so welcoming. To the point I would feel bad fighting him over it. I wonder, what's so different about today?
Hey, I'm sorry.
What? You have nothing to apologize for.
Not today, but the festival. I feel like I was trying to force you to have a good time. In fact, whenever you acted like you weren't, it got on my nerves. It frustrated me how I was trying so hard and you seemed to be trampling my efforts. And I've been doing that for a long time now. I frequently get upset at your harsh words when I'm applying ointment. But I'm realizing what seems charitable and generous from my point of view isn't necessarily the same from yours. So I'm sorry for constantly being so presumptuous. So ein geiler Soundtrack, Alter, Freunde der Freunde. Muss man auch einfach mal sagen. I won't try to coerce into going to the festival next year.
You're not yourself today.
Excuse me? In what way?
You're unusually open. I never thought you would come to that realization, let alone apologize for any of it.
I certainly wasn't in my initial plans for the day, but for whatever reason, having you so close seems to have that effect on me. And for you too, if I may be so presumptuous.
So it does.
Haha, well, we're on the same page about one thing. That said, I don't intend to back down on the ointment. I'm doing it because I want to. So just tell yourself you're generously allowing me to have my way if you would. Are you okay with that?
You already said you weren't going to back down, So why are you even asking? Do as you please.
That I will.
But I won't stop complaining either.
I'll have to practice not letting it get under my skin as much then. Yeah.
To this day,
Yeah, what's up?
to this day, I've never forgotten what my life was like 2 years ago. I have dreams, I have nightmares about it. My episode back there was caused by one of those flashbacks.
Well, damn, that would do it.
I can't escape from the nightmares. They're always there, always right behind me. Sometimes I can feel my pain, I feel the pain like I'm there again. Sometimes it's even worse than the real thing. I fear sleep. Will I ever be free from the Lord's terror?
You will. You never have to see him again. And you can beat those screams. It'll take time, but you can do it. He won't be able to terrorize you forever.
Can I really beat them?
Absolutely. If he shows up in your dreams, just close your eyes, do anything you can to erase him from your mind, banish all your memories of him. Do that enough times and before you know it, you'll actually start forgetting about him, until eventually every trace of him will be gone. Nothing that terrible will ever happen again. You have my word, you can believe me. Everything will be okay. Digga, es ist so traurig, wenn man uns überlegt, dass er sich dann auszusehen so in den Kerker,
Ja.
also wegen ihr abpackt. Da hätte er sich schon befreien müssen, aber danach dann noch so, kaum, wie lange es war, ich glaube 1 Jahr, 2, ich weiß nicht mehr ganz genau, dann getortured, immer Blut genommen, immer da gelassen. This is so crazy. Everything will be okay. The Lord's not long for this world anyway, given how much hatred he's garnered from his people. And in any event, should it come to it, I'll take his head off myself.
Don't do anything to put your life at risk.
Huh?
If you end up dying, I'll have nightmares of different variety.
Fair enough. You know, you're not acting much like yourself today either. That caught me off guard. Not in a bad way though. Hey.
Take it back, burn in hell.
Thanks.
The soundtrack on this CG.
And the talk.
Yeah. I was wondering, will there be another festival next year?
You mean Midsummer? It's an unusual celebration, so yeah, there'll be another festival. Annual, meine ich.
Ja.
Ich bin ja nicht mehr 100% sicher, aber ich glaube eben nicht, dass sie das nächste Festival noch erlebt, weil dann kamen die Bandits. Oder ich muss kurz überlegen. Ja, es war so, sie war hier 3 Jahre und jetzt sind ja ungefähr 2 Jahre oder so hier gewesen, ne? Dann kamen die Bandits, dann ist sie weg, dann war sie alleine für 4 Jahre an diesem See und dann wurde sie gefangen, glaube ich. Oder 3 Jahre am See, bin ich ganz sicher. Aber ja. Though with the way things are going, I expect it will keep getting smaller and smaller in scale. Why do you ask? Morgana?
I would not be opposed to going again next time.
Don't think you have to if you don't want to.
I don't.
Well, alright. Would it be presumptuous for me to assume you enjoyed yourself then?
Can't say I especially did, no.
I don't get it. Why are you saying you will go next year if you had a bad time this year?
Because I get the feeling that may change with time.
Really?
Yes.
Alright, then I remind you when the time comes. Next year, the year after, and every year after.
You do that.
So hey, are you still planning to head out on your own when you get older?
I am, yes.
So nothing's changed there, huh?
All I do there is take up space.
That's not your reason for wanting to leave, is it? You know that's not true. You keep the place clean and cook for the girls and do plenty else to help out. If anything, I'd say you only take up space far less than other kids your age.
When I was younger, I did so much more to help so many others. I may as well be lazing around and doing nothing compared to what I was once able to accomplish.
You know, I've avoided asking this question for a while, but what was your life like before you ended up here? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I am the daughter of...
Morgana.
Why can I not bring myself to say I'm the daughter of God? That I am a saint? That I am not like the rest of you? That my blood has miraculous powers? It's all the truth, so why do I so fear acknowledging that I am not one of them? I am the daughter of the church, and I help people spread the word of God.
Ich würde sagen, es kann gar nicht sein, dass Jacopo hier erfährt, dass sie ihr Blut so miraculous ist,
Ja.
weil dann hätte, als er
die
von der Witch gehört hat,
ja, hat die Connection gemacht.
Ja.
Sorry, wird unterbrochen.
I assumed it was something like that. Did you grow up in a church then?
Something of the sort.
Huh. Well, the past is the past. What you did then and what you could do then isn't necessarily what you have to do now. As far as I'm concerned, you're more than pulling your weight. If you don't want to stay at the brothel, that's one thing, but don't feel like you're not contributing enough.
Tell me.
What?
Tell me about when you were younger.
Why?
Or don't. You don't have to.
I never said I wouldn't. I'm just surprised to see you showing any interest in me. Today's just full of surprises. I think I mentioned how I don't remember much about my childhood. I have vague memories of how the language sounded, as well as wheat fields stretching as far as the eye could see, Vinland.
Ich also.
I loved just sitting and watching as it swayed back and forth in the wind, like waves in an ocean of gold. I assume my parents were there with me, though I can't say for sure. Just remember they were pleasant days. I don't remember where I was born or what it was called, only that it was somewhere far from here.
How did you end up in the city? Do you really not remember?
I assume I was sold off. I found an opportunity and managed to escape, running and running and running for who knows how many days, until finally a city came into view up the view. And into the slums I went. I only have scattered fragments of memories of that time. Boah, der Soundtrack heißt ja auch so, ne? Irgendwie so Fragments of irgendwas, ne?
Welcher der gerade spielt?
Ja, Segmento de Fragmento oder so, ne?
Also, wir können das mal übersetzen, ganz kurz.
Er heißt Serie de Fragmento.
Ja,
Eine Serie von Fragmenten heißt es, glaube ich, übersetzt einfach.
Bist du hier der Italiener?
Ja, I guess.
Die italienischen Skills werden ausgepackt.
Ja, die JACOPO Skills.
Es heißt... Fragmentserie.
Ja.
Oh.
Und guckst du kurz mal? Anyways, yeah. I still have scattered fragments of memories of that time. I assume it was so unpleasant, my mind shut it all out. I thought
family was supposed to be those who wouldn't throw you out onto the streets.
Huh?
That's what Maria said.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she? Not every family is the same, some will, some won't. My guess is that they were financially unable to keep me. But you know, nothing says you have to be blood related to be family. Maybe the first one throws you out, doesn't mean you can't go and find yourself a new one. Yeah, JACOPO is so good.
What happens next?
What?
In your story, what happens next?
Oh, you want me to keep going? I was kind of hoping you'd gotten bored. But alright. Living in the slums, surviving day to day was my first priority. I was too young to get any real work, so I became a thief.
Heaven.
Shall I burn in hell? I bet I'm completely irredeemable in your eyes. I've stolen, lied, and deceived, and even killed people.
What?
I killed several guards in the slave revolt. And that wasn't the first time either. Even as a child, my hands were not free of blood.
You're a sinner. A vile, wretched, miserable sinner.
That I am.
Burn in hell.
I'm sure I will once I'm dead.
When you were younger, why did you kill?
Maria's told you about what the brothel used to be like, right? Real, run down and smaller than it is now.
She has, yes.
This isn't exactly the safest neighborhood now, and back then it was even worse. Our gang hadn't formed up yet, so naturally we weren't doing peacekeeping work either. One day, back when Maria was 12 and I was 14, a thief broke into the brothel. He attempted to rape her. As I watched the man knock her down, climb on top of her, my blood boiled. All I could think about was getting him off of her. And so I killed him.
JACOPO.
It was the first time I had ever taken someone's life. I was shaking from head to toe for I don't even know how long.
I could never imagine that happening to Maria.
She's a tough woman, absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was calmer than me. But she was still only 12 at the time. Right about your age, in fact. Strong as she may have been, she couldn't possibly have overpowered a full-grown man. The only reason I didn't end up dead is because I attacked him from behind while he was distracted. I understand good and well that murder is wrong. But sometimes it's you or them, and well, if you don't have the strength to kick back, the world will trample all over you until there's nothing left. I don't want to spend my life in constant civility, having everything taken away from me, always on the losing side. Was heißt Civility?
Wahrscheinlich sowas wie... Ja. Genau.
Ich glaube so Unsicherheit oder so.
Ja.
Boshaftigkeit.
Wirklich.
Ja, weil er halt Leute killt. So. Having everything taken away from me and always on losing side. Ja, das gibt mir nicht viel Sinn eigentlich. Aber nein. I'm tired of being on the bottom.
Ja,
I want to climb higher.
The climber.
High enough to climb out open upon the whole wide world.
Freedom. I see. And is that the same world you say you want to go out into?
It is.
And the world you keep saying you want to show me was nice.
It absolutely is.
I see. That's not the world I want to see though. But I have no right to trample on his dreams. Well, I hope you make it someday.
As do I. Boah, ich muss sagen, mit dieser Folge hier ist JACOPO wieder auf meinen Number 2 geclimbed. Als
Boah, ich
Dave.
wollte gerade sagen, bei mir ist auch so JACOPO und Morgana auch sind beide
Ja.
Ryzen und auch Requiem for Innocence ist so on track. Es könnte so mein so Arc, sagen wir mal so werden.
Ja.
Auf jeden Fall mindestens. Ist jetzt schon so Top 3, glaube ich. Oder auf jeden Fall ist schon den höchsten. Ja, aber mal schauen.
Alright, we're almost there. See that building up ahead? I live on the second floor. Not the most comfortable place in the world, but it's a place to sleep and roof over my head. And a roof over my head should suffice until you're feeling a little better. And don't worry, I sleep on the floor, you can have the bed. So yeah, take as much time as you... Morgana?
Not?
Ah, sie pennt. She's asleep. Oh, for the love of God. So goddamn much for that. Oh well. Once I've got her tucked in, I should get some sleep myself. You know, I kind of feel like I finally closed some of the gap between us. And I can only hope you feel the same. Sleep well, Morgana. And may you be free from your nightmares forever. Yo, it's nightmare.
Oh, shit. May you be free of your nightmares.
Dann schließt sie Augen. Ja,
Es verschwindet.
wie sie gesagt hat, so ich schließe die Augen und banish him from your memory, so.
Let's go.
Boah. Ah, morning already, or is it afternoon? Either way, it's absolutely time I got up. It's about time I got up. My back hurt like hell. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Why? Alright, I slept on the floor and... Yo, he singt das Lied. La 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 la. There was something oddly revitalizing about the sunlight shining in through the open window. And the summer breeze lacked its usual stifling heat. In fact, feeling quite unpleasant against my cheeks. A pair of long, burgundy braids danced gently in the wind. Es wird so ein krasses CG sein, ich bin mir sicher. Leaning against the window still, in Siggy was a young girl. Beads of light streaming down over her small, robed body. I found myself staring, entranced by the sight. The ground where she stood seemed almost sacred, like it would be forever tainted if I set foot in it. The sound of her voice washed over me like a wave and seeped into my half-asleep body, permeating every fiber of my being. An indescribable amalgam of feelings welled up in my breast. It was a feeling similar to the first time I had heard her sing. Had heard her sing. Only incomparably more profound. It took everything I had to keep the fire from appearing on my face, spilling from my lips. I simply sat there in silence, taking in the sight and sound. Then she slowly turned to face me, the sunlight now illuminating her silhouette.
Yo. Ich wollte jetzt wirklich gerade sagen, es wird weg sein. Oh, I thought you were still asleep. Good morning.
Morgana, your face.
What of it?
In a half frenzy, I scrambled over to the window and grabbed her by the shoulders. Her eyes went wide for a moment, but she didn't shove me aside, only stared. I could see my own reflection in her golden eyes, and then as my eyes grew accustomed to the light...
Oh.
Yeah. I saw her as she was. Her face covered in the same marks I knew so well.
What's wrong? Did you forget I was here?
I could only imagine how stupid my face looked in that moment. Mouth hanging awkwardly half agape, as I attempted a chuckle, only a sigh managing to make it up out of my throat and out of my throat. Sorry. Still not all the way awake. Was the face I had seen a mere illusion? A fantasy conjured up by my mind? Almost certainly. It was nothing more than a figment of my imagination. But I wanted it to be what she looked like when she healed. And I wanted more than ever to finally see it for real. Because I was standing so close, she had to tilt her head back more than usual to see me, resulting in her face, usually concealed by her hood, being exposed to the sunlight. Even covered in grotesque marks, I was close enough to make out the precise outline of her face, the exact shape of her eyes, the perfect straight line of her nose. With each passing moment, my dead vision began to seem more and more real. I summoned the image of her healed face once more. Standing before me was a girl who could easily pass as a noble, a beauty and dignity to match her impeccable singing voice. Imposing though she was, I was certain her smile would be filled with warmth. Is something the matter? So. Why are you staring at me? Oh. Oops.
I know, I'm hideous.
Hideous.
You don't have to tell me, so get back.
Morgana.
What?
I think I might love you.
Excuse me?
The words came out entirely independent of my own will. I didn't grasp the meaning of what I had just said. Until after I realized her brow was furrowed in perplexity. Until after, like a total buffon, I thought, why is Morgana giving me that look? A chill ran down my spine as I finally began to comprehend the absurdity of what I had said. Not a single excuse came to mind. All my words simply vanished into a thick white fog. What had I said to her again? What had I said to this little girl? I loved her? Me, in love with a child?
That's so... Why? Thank you. Oh. Rare Morgana Smile. Und nicht nur Rare. Erstes Morgana Smile? Hat sie schon mal gesmiled?
I don't know, man.
I know this guy.
You sure don't sound surprised? How could you remain so calm? I'm barely keeping it together here.
I don't see why I would be. You're only telling me what I already know.
What? Say again? Sure you knew how I felt? I didn't even know how I felt.
You care for everyone at the brothel.
Huh?
You love all the girls at the brothel like they're your family. It's quite obvious from your actions. I suppose it doesn't hurt to put those words out. To put into words every once in a while. But in any case, you've made your feelings quite clear. You've made it clear that I count as one of them.
The only thing that's clear here is that you don't understand the first thing about my feelings. No, I meant... Do you really want to tell her right here, right now, that no, my feelings for her are different? Use your damn head, JACOPO. She's 11 years old. And you're 21? What the hell's gotten into you? Yeah, I meant it. Exactly like that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
I see. Well, I'll say... It means a lot to me to be seen as the same as everyone else.
Morgana, speak the fuck up!
I said nothing. You heard nothing.
Ha ha. God, what is happening to me? I have no idea what's going on anymore. Nothing makes the damnest bit of sense. I was having a difficult time accepting how taken I seemed to be with this girl, with this child. Ah! I covered my face with my hands, groaning and trying my best not to pay any mind to the pair of perplexed eyes I could feel staring a hole through me. And I thought, I have to at least wait until she turns 16. Na, dann in den Tower einsperren. Oh, another 7 months pass. Bringing those... Was, Digga?
3 years since the first encounter.
Junge, ist so hässlich geschrieben, wirklich. Hasse diese Schrift. Aber ja. Birthday party. Time continued its slow, constant march, and soon winter was upon us. The skies were incredibly clear, hardly a cloud in sight. Boah, guck den Himmel an. Vielleicht wird es halt auch so golden, aber der Himmel. By all appearances, the weather was great, until the occasional gust of wind came along and chilled me to the bone. Each breath came out in a puff of white, dissipating as it drifted upward. Rubbing my arms, I made my way to where I knew I would find her. Has she ever once skipped a day these last 3 years? Rain or snow, sweltering heat or bitter cold, she always seems to be here when I come looking. I let out a little sigh, then called for her. I swear, you spend so much time in this graveyard that one of these days someone's going to mistake you for a gravekeeper, or maybe a grave robber. She turned around to face me. She looked moderately annoyed, her glare piercing as ever. I could hear the soft bite of her voice before she even responded. Someone less familiar with her might perceive her mannerisms as standoffish, not unlike she had been when I first brought her here. But I could clearly tell the difference. She was warming up ever so slightly.
I can understand a gravekeeper, but I take offense at the suggestion I look like a grave robber. I am praying for the souls who have no one to see them off.
She was no longer walking on eggshells through every interaction. Her sense of self-worth seemed to have improved as well. I would even go as far as to say she could get a bit cocky at times, generally at my expense. But that also meant I didn't have to tread quite so carefully around her either. Treading grief fences and assaults was becoming our personal kind of banter. Rather than signifying a widening rift, the increased level of abuse was a sign of how much closer we'd gotten. Honestly, I don't get it. Why do you care so much?
These are souls that have no one else to pray for them. At best, they may get a bit of a lip service from a priest once or twice. It's our responsibility to offer a helping hand to the sick and the poor, or to pray for the abandoned souls.
Oh boy, here comes another sermon.
What I don't
get is why you need to pray for the dead at all. They're just bags of bones.
I hope you enjoy an eternity in hell, blasphemer.
Hey, that was uncalled for.
I'm joking, obviously.
Smile.
Ja.
You take black humor to a new level.
Ja, Morgana würde Softball feiern.
Ja.
Ich freue mich schon auf die Backstage hier, ne? Bei Requiem for Innocence. Mit
Ja. The fact that she would even call such remarks a joke was proof enough of how far she had come. This wasn't the first time I had told her I thought the living were more important than the dead, and we still disagreed on that point, but our differences in values had caused her to push away much harder before than she did now. At least I was pretty sure she wasn't pushing me away as much. Hey, it's that time again, Morgana.
Ointment.
Come on, don't turn away from me. I know you can hear me. I brought ointment, so let me put it on you.
It's a waste of time.
You don't know that. Your arms look much better than before. It won't be long before your face starts healing too.
Ointment isn't free. You're wasting your money.
It's my money. I could use it however I please. So just shut up and let me do this.
You're a very obnoxious man, you know.
But what's that? You want me to rub it in real hard, do you?
Ah, fine.
Torture. Well, it might appear as I wanted something in return for my effort. Wasn't in it for gratitude or a reward. It was more like my way of retaliating. She badmouthed me, and I made her take my ointment. We had performed this ritual hundreds of times now, through the exact shape of the exact shape of the exchange slowly evolved over time. While I would once desperately attempt to shoot her down her assertions of wasting her time and there's no point, I had come to realize that doing so only put unnecessary stress on her, so I started jabbing back instead. And for all her complaining, I was pretty sure Morgana wasn't entirely put off by my stubborn insistence. The day after the festival, when I had declared my intent to keep trying to heal her face, she had responded with,
I won't stop complaining either.
and I said, I'll have to practice not letting it get under my skin as much then. I still remember that day quite vividly, and I hope she did as well. So while it might come off like we were genuinely fighting, in reality I quite enjoyed our little sparring matches. Ja, nie sehen, wer würde gewinnen in der Boxbattle, Morgana oder JACOPO?
Ja.
JACOPO, ich würde sagen Morgana Prime wird vielleicht gewinnen so.
Mit Hexen.
Hexenmagie.
Ja, I guess.
She was still outwardly reticent and psyche as ever, but in a kind of charming way now that we had established this routine. Not having to be so painfully careful with my words made things easier for me as well. Hey.
What are you laughing about?
Oh, nothing. Hey, don't you give me that death glare of yours.
You think this is me glaring? So I've been meaning to ask you something.
And what would that be?
What are you hoping to get out of repairing my face?
I'm not trying to get anything, I just want you to heal up.
And here I thought you were going to try and make me work at the brothel.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not going to make you be a prostitute.
What other reason could you have for wanting my face to get better?
Because I want to see it. Isn't that enough? Just so we're clear, that wasn't me hitting on you, okay?
The thought never occurred to me.
Das ist wie vor 3 Jahren so, oder warum? Das war das Gespräch. Ziemlich.
I hope you're prepared to be let down if I ever do here.
Ah nee, wir haben das schon mal gesehen, oder wie diesen Talk, so, if I do let you down. In fact, you had best not to get your hopes up at all.
Echt?
Ich glaube, das war in der, als JACOPO die Story erzählt hat. Weil ich dachte schon, das ist eins als der gleiche Text. Ja, safe, das war als JACOPO die Story erzählt hat. The higher you let your expressions... Oh, sorry.
The higher you let your expression climb, the greater your disappointments will be, and I turn out to be equally hideous beneath these scars. Not even I can remember what I looked like before.
I'm not afraid to be disappointed. That possibility is just part of the fun.
You have as much tact as a worm.
No, tact and a preference for ugly girls, I'm told. I'm a real winner.
Ugly. It's a wonder no one throttles you in your sleep.
I'll still be your friend, even if you turn out to be the ugliest girl in the city. You should be grateful.
You're unbelievable. And to think I used to think you were a half-decent man.
If you'd like me to go back to walking on thin ice, I can. But my gut tells me that's not what you really want.
There's a difference between not sugarcoating your words and being outright rude, you realize?
Yeah, you want to talk.
How is it you haven't managed to chase off everyone in your life yet?
I act like a decent guy around other people. Do my best to fit in.
Then why are you such a dolt around me?
Just doing my best to fit in.
So you're saying this is my fault?
Yeah.
Make it sound like my fault, my problem, and
Yes.
sorry, your question is not correct.
Everyone could use a phone or two. Make him more exciting. Makes him more exciting. You especially. Okay, that should be everything. Does it sting anywhere?
Not particularly, no.
Alright. Oh, also, finish up here and get back to the brothel soon. Unless you'd rather I drag you there.
Why?
Ah! Ja, wir haben das mal so gesehen, wie er es erzählt hat, so Get Back to the Brothel. Und das war dann so, da hatte Maria so den Wingman so probiert zu spielen. Aber ich weiß nicht mehr, was Morgana danach gemacht hat. Ich glaube, danach ist Morgana weggegangen und dann kamen die Bandits. Also genau jetzt.
Echt?
Ja, ich glaube, so war es leider. Seriously, it's your damn birthday, that's why. Ja, ich bin mir ziemlich sicher.
And?
What do you think, dimwit? Maria and the girls want to celebrate. Ja, hier wussten wir nicht von Jared, dass sie auch hier ist. Also, ich weiß nicht, ob sie jetzt immer noch da ist, aber vielleicht ist sie auch weg, ne? Weil 7 Monate, sie soll ja nur so lange bleiben, wie sie da ist, ne? Get back there soon, okay? I'm planning to drop by too. Okay?
Okay.
As much as I'm love to admit it, she can be kind of cute when she's not wishing me an eternity in hell. Not that I'm ever letting those words leave my lips. So hey, wanna cook some crystal meth?
I thought you were leaving.
One day I'll show you the world.
Sometimes I wonder if that's the only phrase you know. Yes, I heard you the first 100 times. I won't get my hopes up.
And she thinks I don't sugarcoat my words. Get your hopes up, damn it. Anyway, I'll see you later. I had every intention of making good on that promise, and had more than enough reason to believe I could, though admittedly it wasn't until recently that I could say so with such confidence. It was no longer a mere slumrat's fantasy, or our ranks were getting stronger by the day. Ranks. Discontent with the Lord was up, but overall so was our morale. I could feel it. The time was near. Though the biggest motivating factor lay elsewhere, in something that had occurred about a month earlier. I had yet to share that little nugget with anyone else though. This could be the key to bringing it all together. But I need to keep my head in the right place today. Was er meint, ist bei der Freunde, ist, als diese Fake-Mutter kam vor einem Monat. Weil es war ja, also du meinst, dass diese Fake-Mom kam und so gesagt hat, dass sie ihn so als Royal Ding bringen will, als Nobleman. Yeah. But I need to keep my head in the right place today. It's Morgana's birthday above anything else. Playing this revolution can wait another day. I was probably a bit too eager to get started. My judgment clouded by anticipation. The very thought that I could soon be someone of real significance, and that excitement had probably leaked a bit into my conversation with Morgana. If only I had understood, had truly grasped the extent of my own capabilities, where I should have been focusing my effort, that perhaps we could have ended up on a very different path. But it would not be until much, much later that I came to realize the error of my ways. Ja, Freunde, und hier, wie gesagt, beenden wir dieses Let's Play. Nächstes Mal sehen wir dann die Birthday Party und ich weiß nicht, ob ich mich falsch erinnere, aber ich glaube, dann kommen halt echt leider die Bandits. Und wie die Bandits dann halt kommen und so ein Shit. Anyways, Freunde, ich würde sagen, haut ihr damit rein. Abonniert den Kanal, aktiviert die Glocke, checkt den Podcast für Streams ab. Sehr geile Folge. Wirklich sehr geile Folge. Die und die letzte war wirklich so wow. Wow, wow, wow. Und dann, Freunde, wieder schauen.
Hang on.
Ciao.